I'd sort of like to reintroduce you to Grandma Anderson, okay? And she and I are going to give you a little Bible lesson this morning, right?
Yes, my dear, but you remember you're going to help me recite that little verse from Old Mother Goose.
Yeah, I remember. But before we get to that, I have a question to ask you about one of the words in the poem. The word style, S-T-I-L-E, what does that mean?
Well, in the old days, when a farmer wanted to get over a stone wall, he would build steps on both sides of the stone wall. That was called a stile.
Oh, okay. That's understandable. That's good. Okay,
Are you ready?
I'm ready, Grandma. Okay. There was a crooked man.
Who walked a crooked mile
He found a crooked piece of money.
beside a crooked stile?
He bought a crooked cat,
Who caught a crooked mouse
and they all lived together.
in a little crooked house?
Now, why in the world, Grandma, would a man want to buy a crooked cat and live in a crooked house?
Well, my dear, it's probably because he would fit in. He was just as crooked as they were.
That's very true.
And that's a lot like our lives, you know.
It is?
Yeah, each one of us has a crooked little man living inside of us.
Oh my. What do you mean?
Well, the Bible talks about our old sin nature, and this the Bible calls the old man.
Oh my.
And he's the voice you listen to when you don't want to listen to God.
Well, that's for sure. I think I understand what you're talking about.
And just sort of on the sidelight, I've been hearing a lot of strange voices myself lately.
Oh, Grandma, that's terrible. Are you ill? Are you okay?
Oh, yes, I'm all right. I'm just dieting.
Oh, jeez. Well, what do those voices say?
Well, things like that chocolate cream pie would sure go good with these chocolate chip cookies.
You know, Grandma, I think I've heard some of those voices myself sometimes.
All right, let's get off that and back to the lesson, dear.
Okay, let's do that.
This voice from the old man is not the voice we really should listen to, because he tries to get us to walk on crooked ways and do crooked things.
Well, that's for sure. And that reminds me that man we talked about in the little rhyme, the crooked little man, he could never have straightened himself out, even if he walked on flat ground, because he was crooked through and through.
That's right. And that's what is the problem with all of us. We are crooked through and through, and we cannot help ourselves. So we need help to straighten out our lives.
And that's why Jesus came, right?
That's right, my dear. And he tells us in 2 Corinthians 5:17 that if we give our lives to him, he will make us a brand new person.
Yeah, that is a wonderful thing. That is very, very special. And so if we give our lives to Jesus,
and we let him deal with that old man,
then we'll have our lives straightened out, because he will help us not to do so many crooked things and go on crooked roads and paths.
That's right. When we give our lives to Jesus, he's promised to give us a brand new life and a brand new purpose.
Isn't that wonderful? Well, let's give our people here that verse again, only sort of changed to show what happens when a person receives Jesus.
Okay, I'll start this time, dear.
Okay, go ahead.
There was a crooked man
Who walked a crooked mile
He found a crooked piece of money.
beside a crooked stile,
He bought a little Bible,
which changed his crooked heart.
and now he lives for Jesus.
and gives other people a brand new start.
That's awesome, isn't it? You know, when Jesus comes in, things are pretty different.
That's true.
Things are different now. Something happened to me when I gave my heart to Jesus.
Things are different now. I was changed, it must be, when I gave my heart to him.
Things I loved before have passed away.
Things I love far more have come to stay.
Things are different now. I was changed, it must be, when I gave my heart to him. And if you give your heart to Jesus, he'll change you too. Give it a try, my dears.